Hello everybody, it's Jeanette Vilda. So I have a sweet little mini album to share today, and this mini album uses the Mente papers called Childhood. When I saw these papers, I couldn't stand it. I really wanted so much to do something with them. They're so pretty. And I actually ended up getting 2 of these 6x6 pads, and I only used 1 to make this book, and there's still pages left of it. So here you can see there's still several pages left from that set, and I never even broke into the second 6x6. So it's amazing how much you can get out of one set. So this is a chipboard album, and it's just bound together with book tape, red book tape, and then I used a hinge binding to put in the pages of the album. And these ribbons on the side are really completely decorative, and I'll explain those once I get inside of the book. But purely decorative, they're not holding anything in place, just for pretties. The little wooden piece, chipboard piece down here, that's from Fabrica de Coro, and it's a double layer chipboard piece. And so the bottom one I painted black and left the top natural to go with the craft paper that I used throughout the book. And then this is just some plain, well, it's really not plain, it's more like a bluish gray paper. Just a little thicker than printer paper, but not quite cardstock, so and just basic paper. And then also these little flowers are from Fabrica de Coro as well. And so what I did was I just took one of the pages and fussy cut around it, and that's my cover. And then the back cover of the cover is one of the little doodads. In the book you have these 4 larger, like journaling cards, except that it's the cover, so you don't have a blank back. You have, let's see, where is it? Here we go. These little mini versions. On the back of those are these cute little frames. I'm getting a little blowout from the light. Those cute little frames. The very back cover has the same 4 as well. So I took one of the larger those journaling cards and fussy cut that out. And then we have a couple little banners. Alright, so take a look inside. So to add to the book, I found these gorgeous little watercolored frames on Etsy, and I'll have the link down below to the shop where I got these. And it was just the perfect color set to go with these papers. I mean, it was like it was made to go with this set. And all of them throughout the book, there's a piece of acrylic, and let me see if I get a little scrap of paper here. And you can see there's a little, especially if I get it in the light, you can see there's a little piece of acrylic there, and so they all have a nice room to add in a picture. It just nicely frames it out. And throughout I also used some chipboard letters. On this page is ABC. And I really love these little tiny frames, and it just went so well with the use of the frames throughout the book that I really like that. And then I used some of the leftover papers to make some tags, and the leftover of this grayish blue paper as well to make some tags. Photo mounts if you want. And let's see, and then, oh, let me just show you. So again, this is a hinge bind, and so You've got the basic binding on the bottom, which is a U inside of a U, and you know, typical binding for a mini album. But rather than sandwich around the hinge part, each page also has the same width as the hinge piece coming off of it, and then that's bound onto that, and that allows the book, as you can see, to lay completely flat, which I really like, because so many of my when you sandwich them around, they bend and they don't go nice and flat, but doing it like this gives you a nice flat surface. So this is a little book, just 2 pieces of the craft cardstock that I used, and then just a couple of these things. Yeah. And it's just a couple of pieces of the paper that I used, the gray paper. And this gives you a place to maybe journal. You can even put some pictures in here, but it's a nice little place to add a bunch of journaling that you might not want to do throughout the book, to kind of, you know, make the picture maybe not as pretty. So you have a nice little book to add all of your journaling that could go with your album. And then again, here you can see is another, oops, there's 2, that's the layer for the actual picture frame part is over here. There we go. So that gets you into the picture frame. And now you can really see that it's acrylic because I got some shiny there. So, and then that slides back in there, and you can see that I made it so that you have that in there. It doesn't disturb the picture. And then again, I used a bunch of these little letter chipboard pieces to just, throughout the book, make little words and alphabet. And again, we have, oh, this one's from the top, a little picture frame. And a lot of these images are taken from the pages. I just chose a piece of it, like for instance here, and just fussy cut around it. So did that quite a bit throughout the book. And then take this out. And I love this little image here. Let's see if I can get that where you can really see that well. And again, that's from one of the pages. Like I said, I love these little frames. Nice spot for doing some, ooh, I have to buff that out. And globe. And there is, in the 6x6 you don't get the page, but in the 12x12 there is a page of fussy cut images. So both of these are taken from that, and I believe this as well, are all taken from that 12x12 piece. And I didn't buy the entire page, I just bought the one page that had the fussy cut items in it. So it's useful to have. They go nice. But they are a little bit bigger, and so not quite in the scale with the rest of the pages, but I think they work nicely. And again, we have a little frame. I think that one's from that side, but you can get it in there. There we go. And of course, once you get the pictures in, it's not like you're going to be taking them in and out. And then, love this little image. Again, another tag in there. Nice little place for some images. And again, another frame for a picture. And I love this little hopscotch image. I know it doesn't give you a lot of room for making a picture, but I had to. I loved playing hopscotch, so I wanted to have that on there. And here I can show you. So basically what it was is I had these big gaps in between, and since, you know, if I put the 6x6 in, you can see it would have looked a little weird because it barely covers the height of the book. And so there was no way of, I mean, it could have put a little block here and a block there to really cover up that spine. But I wanted to do something a little different to kind of fill in the space Even though it's not, it doesn't necessarily, it's not massively pretty or anything, but it's still, I like that little bit of something. But really where the magic is on the spine. And so there, if you can see, basically I put the ribbon in like this, brought them together on the inside, and then fed the two pieces back out the middle piece, and then around the piece that went around there, tied that, and so you get this nice little cluster. And I like the look of that on the spine, and it adds a little something to that middle piece there, so it's not just blank. And I mean, if I had more of the 12 by 12s, I might have filled that in instead with the 12 by 12, but I like how that ended up. And the spine looked kind of boring anyway, so having that there did a little something. Oh, I think this one's from the side. Yep. That's another frame there. Another frame here. Absolutely love this raccoon. XYZ. Book. And I think this one is from this side. Sorry about the glare. And this is, I mean, I managed to get the image on the screen very, very, very close to real life. So this is a very pale colored paper. It really is as pale as what you're seeing on screen, which I personally really like. It's a nice pastel kind of color. And here we have a nice little tag page there. Now here, you can leave this just decorative, but I did keep the top open so that if you want, you can put in another little card, maybe some, this is, it could be used as like a baby book, or, chronicling your child through school, and so maybe you want to put a report card or something. So, I just really love that image. And then again, I love cat. And then again, this one is another frame for a picture. And then the last page, we have again this, love that raccoon. And again, that has a little space there, so you can put something additional in there. And then we have another tag or photo page. And then the back is the same as the front page. And again, we have a couple of photo mounts. Simple little book, not a whole lot to it. That is the complete book. But it was a joy to make. I mean, I love this paper. It's so pretty. Really enjoyed playing with it. And again, that's Mente Childhood. So, if you have any questions, comments, please leave them down below. Otherwise, I will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.